Hello, my name is Valerie Cardona, and I'm a graphic design student for New World. I was born in Hollywood, Florida in 1999, and growing up, I always took an interest in the way the human brain works, and just observing human behavior overall was always very interesting to me. And I was very fascinated by dreams. I used to get a lot of lucid dreams and even sleep paralysis, which is really scary, but I learned to get used to it. And this really inspired me in my work and exploring um, the art form of surrealism. Um, and the work that I create uh, represents my journey as a young woman. In many of my pieces, you can find a deeper and more psychological meaning and of something that I'm battling through or experiencing in that moment. It's not something that you can see like just by looking at it. It is something, a message that you need to find through observation and interpretation. I do experiment with many mediums, almost any that you can think of, but my favorite are oil, watercolor, digital design, and especially collage and digital design. This is an example of those familiar feelings of personal things that I've went through. I do like to incorporate a lot of the human anatomy in my images, but in a surreal way. This is time travel, also done in watercolor. When I do include human anatomy in my images, most of the time it's either a genderless being, or if it's not a genderless being, it's usually a feminine energy. Um, just because I do have an adoration for the feminine figure and the feminine energy, so I tend to show this a lot through my work. Here's another example. As you can see, I enjoy working a lot in watercolor because just I like the challenge. It's not a very forgiving medium with the water. It's very pleasing to me. So this was a project I did for Warp. The purpose of the project was to show somebody that in a neutral way and then in a way of who they really were. I am from Medellin and Colombia, and my family did experience very negative things because of this man. So I just wanted to show this generation who has the wrong idea of him, what he really is. And then this was another collection that I did for um, sculpture. It's called Juxtaposition, a little bit of a experimental work. Okay, now we're gonna get into my digital work. Believe it or not, I do enjoy more hands-on work than digital work, even though my major is graphic design. My goal through studying graphic design is to find a way to incorporate more hands-on work instead of just being on the computer all day. Those for rising stars. Thank you for your time. Have a great day, everybody.